Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. In this video, I got a lot of fun crafts, but I think it was finally time for us to meet one-on-one, the person behind these hands. So I'm glad that we finally get to meet, and I look forward to doing more face-to-face. But in the interim, I kind of want to explain something. So I went ahead and recorded a bunch of content, and normally how I record is I have an idea of what crafts I want in one video, and then I make that video. Well, just because of timing and how I had to get certain things out the door or whatever the case is, I just recorded a bunch, and then through editing, I pieced them together. So we're gonna do something a little different. You're not gonna see the end of the collection of the crafts in almost all the videos. There will be one or two that you'll see the collection, but more often than not, you won't see the collection at the end of the video. And I also won't be vocalizing which one my favorite is, because I probably did one craft a month ago, and then one just recently, and I pieced them all together, okay? But I'll let you guys know which one my favorite is, but I'm more interested to know which one your favorite craft is. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I really look forward to you guys joining my channel and watching my videos, and I always appreciate your guys' feedback. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all seen it. If you haven't seen it, you will see it. I'm not sure of the release of my videos, if I'm being completely honest here. So I have this pump bottle, and I have one here. Let me bring it over. It's for rubbing alcohol. So you'll either have seen it or you will be seeing how I did that. And I'm going to do one for water, because, you know, sometimes you just need some water instead of rubbing alcohol. So I went ahead and did a print and cut. Really, I probably should have just done, if this was the end result, I should have just done, I'm going to actually cut this, because I'm going to try to save this a little bit actually, so that way I can reuse this. Peel that up a little bit. But I should have, knowing that this is what I was going to do, I should have just done, what am I trying to say? Just done vinyl. Okay, I think this is good. And then I'll just go ahead and get the middle parts weighted out. So I just found this, I found this design in Canva, and then I used this text in Design Space. I will be sure to go ahead and link that in the description box, the font, not so much the design here, because linking that information in Design Space, or not Design Space, I'm sorry, Canva, is a little bit hard to do that, just because they don't have like a reference number or anything of that nature. I'm going to kind of be careful here. And the reason why I'm not trimming it, because I want to be able to, I want to be able to use a lot of this space for another print and cut, because if you guys are familiar with print and cut, you guys will be familiar with, to know that this stuff is not cheap, and I don't want to waste that. Okay, so it looks like the carrier sheet wants to be a little bit sticky. That's okay. All right, so alright, there we go. Perfect. And then I'll just use this for another project. So I'll move that to the side, and then let's see. There we go. Put that there. See? Oh, did I move it? Yes, I did. Okay. Perfect. Now, I just use regular printed vinyl, and it's probably a good idea not to do that. Use the waterproof stickers, because this could get wet. I don't know. I didn't think it was going to get wet, because I'm not going to wash it, and I doubt that it's going to drip all over that. And if it does, I'll just take it off and just do regular vinyl, permanent vinyl. I'm not too worried about it, if I'm being completely truthful. And you're not supposed to use transfer tape. I should have done a low tack transfer tape because it does leave this residue. I have not had any issues in a long time with using transfer tape, and all of a sudden now I just have not been able to use transfer tape with printable vinyl because it keeps on leaving this. I don't know if you guys can tell, it leaves this little residue, so it's been kind of frustrating. All right, so there you go. I can just add some water. Now I'm not going to add any water until I really need to use it in a project like for my faux foods or my fake bake, just because it will, you know, get algae in there and stuff like that. So I'm just going to leave it empty and then rinse it off once I'm done with it. Okay, I have these clips I made, and again, I apologize, I don't know the order of my videos at this point of time. I'm kind of creating a bunch of videos at the same time, or a bunch of crafts, and then piecing each video together. So I don't know when this video is going to get released, but I did a video where I made a bunch of these tags, and at the time of me recording it, it worked. Like I had these all done. I just added some rubbing alcohol to my tags here. Got these off of Amazon. I've used these for several years now, and I mean, you can kind of tell they're scraped up. I've probably changed and relabeled them several times, but anyways, I made a bunch, and you'll see it in the video if you haven't seen already. And I ended up rearranging again because I decided, after I already labeled all of my tags, or these tags, I decided to get into some card crafts, and then also into fake bakes. And so I needed to rearrange my craft space a little bit, not rearrange, but rearrange these pink bins. If you guys remember from if you haven't watched my craft room tutorial, go ahead and do that. You'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, I had to rearrange those bins a little bit so I can accommodate for some of my fake baking, and then also for my cards. And I don't know if my first card, well, I think my first card will have come out by the time this video is made. If not, it will. And we'll see how well it does and how well I like doing it, right? I got into cards years and years ago, okay? And I am a big fan of May Makes It. She is I love her cards. And I used to watch her cards. So she got me into card making, and I have so much material for card making. And I got drifted away from it. And then the more I watch Crafted by Lucas Laney and her cards, it kind of inspired me to get back into it. And I don't know if I'm fully going to get back into it, if I'm being honest. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Do maybe a month's worth, or maybe like not a month's worth, but like I don't know, like 4 or 5 videos, 4 or 5 cards, and see how well I like it and how well it does on my channel. That's another thing. Because honestly, I don't need a lot of cards in my life, but you never know when you need that one card. And who knows, maybe I'll make, well, I probably won't make my Christmas card, but you know, it's always nice to hand out cards to your loved ones. I got that little bit crooked, but we'll see. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That's all right. I'll survive. You can tell it's slightly going uphill or downhill, depending on how you want to look at it. But anyway, long story short, or short story long, right? I am getting back into it. May makes it or made it. Is it May made it or May makes it? I don't know. Let me know if you've ever heard of her channel. She does more than just cards. She's cardstock a lot for her. Oh gosh, and I got this grid all Cricut too. That's going to make it challenging. She does more than just cards. She uses cardstock for. She made a purse out of a cardstock, which was really pretty, and just a bunch of other things. She's just a really talented crafter, and she has her own store, which is actually not too far from where I live. I mean, it's far. I mean, it's about 6 hours away or so, but I am doing a fantastic job of centering it and keeping it straight. Oh my gosh. You know, I blame it on the time. It is currently 3:30 in the morning. It is time for me to go to bed, but I am just powering through it, and if it bothers me in the morning, I will redo it off camera. But oh my goodness, I have never done such a terrible job. I mean, I hope this is Cricut, so that way they're consistent, right? And it's actually perfect. Go figure. Third time's a charm, right? All right, so here they are. I just used my scraper tool for stability. It worked when I made a bunch of these. So we have card material, we have fake bake, and then we have miscellaneous. So here's our 3 tags, and they'll just go on my bins. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to bring it over onto the table, just because they're all pretty full and I don't want to take them all out. But anyways, if you look at my craft room tour, you'll see them, but you'll actually see the labels in pink. Okay, so what I did was I downloaded everything, and then I ended up uploading the arch that I liked and the 2 peg dolls. And unfortunately, he has really long hair, and they didn't have any options for that. I mean, they did for the girls, but it just came out too feminine. So I just went with a kind of a basic style for him, and hopefully he won't mind that. And I thought this backdrop was super pretty. I will be sure to link everything down below, and as well as the font. So I just put Mr. and Mrs. Rambo, and then I just put established 2024. And then I also went to Canva, and there was a reason why. So her main colors are dusty blue, and so I found a similar color to their wedding colors. So what I did was I went to Canva because it has an eyedropper. Now you can install something in your web browser where it does that ink droplet, so you don't have to use Canva. I don't know what it's called. In fact, I'm interested to see what it is. But anyway, so I just used Canva because that's the only way I was going to be able to find a dusty blue color. All right, so this is just how it came out. I just really like how that turned out. Now, I did went ahead and use the print and cut because I did use I did use Design Space for this, because at first I was thinking I was going to do a print and cut design, and then I ended up deciding just to print it on 80-pound cardstock, and I figured I'm just going to cut this myself. Okay, so that's what I ended up doing. So I bought this frame here. This is from Michaels, and if you guys are familiar with Michaels, they have really good deals on their frames. They always have buy one get one free or buy one get 2 free, and so just make sure that you kind of take advantage of that, you know, when they have that sale. Okay, so this is for a 5x7 picture, and I obviously made this a little bit larger, which it still will fit just fine. And what I'll do here is we'll actually take that off, and I'm going to use my rusty screwdriver. It's a little bit of a funny story with this. When I moved down south, my parents helped me out and my sister, and my dad brought down a bunch of tools, and he told me that I could keep this one, and I always kept it nearby. And just because you know, just, I felt like this is a way I could still stay connected to my family, or my dad, I should say. Well, it turns out years later, this actually is my grandfather's tool that was passed down to my dad, and my dad gave it to me. So I keep this in my craft room. I will never let this go. And then when my daughter gets old enough, I will pass it down to her. And then what I'll do here is I am going to, now this is centered within this. So as long as I cut, now I could have used my print and cut actually to cut this out so I didn't have to do that. But it's not going to be very visible on, you know, down here. So it didn't really matter how straight it is as long as, you know, it's cut to size. So we just want to be kind of mindful of that because it is centered entirely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this centered on here, and then just to kind of get an idea, actually I might have to hold it up. I apologize if you guys can't see it. It's just going to be easier. Okay, I think I've got that pretty straight, or straight as I'm gonna be able to get it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use my double-sided tape just to tape just to tape all 4 sides. Okay. That should be good. I don't think I need more than just the 2. Okay, perfect. How does that look? That looks so cute. I love it. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll bring this back into the picture frame. Such an easy project, right? Okay. And then we'll just fold these flaps back over. And there we go. There's the finished project. You guys, this was so easy. It took more time to design than to assemble it, but I think overall this is just, I think she'll absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, I have a shirt for my daughter, and I'm going to use glitter iron on. And again, I have a ton of shirts for her because I want to, she's slowly growing out of her 2T stuff, and she needs larger shirts for everyday or for outside wear. And so I bought a bunch of them. In fact, I think this might be my last one that I am making. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and weeded this one out just because this one was a little tricky because of how hard it was to see where, you know, the elements needed to be weeded out. So I struggled with it, and I kind of figured this was going to be a little difficult to weed out. So I just went ahead and did it off camera. It probably took me about 10-15 minutes to weed it, and it just would not be fun to watch. Okay, so I think that looks good. Let me go ahead and pull that up. No, it does not. It needs to go, I think it needs to go over a little bit more. This doesn't, this spans out further than this side, so it just made that look a little off-centered. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, so the temperature for the heat press is 330 for 30 seconds. So, and I think it's, what is it? Oh, you know what? I forgot to preheat it. Oh gosh, second time I did this. That's okay. Okay, that should be good to go. And I'm going to flip the back as well. Get that about 15 seconds. And then we will, I'm just looking at, okay, is the cool peel. I'm just looking at the heat guide on their website. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my mat because that holds in a lot of heat, and let that cool down, and then we will peel it up. Okay, that has cooled down. Look how beautiful this vinyl is. I am absolutely loving it. I love that I chose the black because I thought that would stand out really well. The fact that this little part is not centered with the shirt is bothering my eye. But like I said, I think because the wing spans a little bit wider this way, it just will not look right centered. Maybe I do have it. Anyway, I could overthink this. But yeah, I am just loving this. I think that really turned out super pretty. And I think she'll love it. She loves sparkly and pretty stuff. Okay. I'm particularly excited about this one. So I think that I mentioned a couple of times that my best friend is getting married this year. And I wanted to make her a few things, and I asked her to send me some ideas, and as luck would turn out, she sent me something, granted on a little bit larger scale, but exactly the same thing that I have here. And however, the one that she sent me was stained, and this is a natural wood, and I'm actually going to leave it that way because I'm going to let her decide if she wants to paint this. And so what she has to do, or stain it, I don't want to choose the wrong one, so you just got to unscrew these. Alright, so just unscrew it, and then she can stain it whatever she wants. So I was going to stain it myself, but I ended up not doing that because, like I said, I just wanted her to choose the one that she really wants. So I just thought I would just do the artwork for her, and she can do the paint herself. And so when I gift it to her and she opens it, I'll tell her that there's a reason why I let it be the natural wood. I really don't think that's her aesthetic, and that's fine. And the natural wood look, I think she's going to want to paint it or stain it. So I'm just going to let her do that. And I know that she likes to do that kind of stuff. So go ahead and peel that back. This is really tough on acrylic, so you gotta be really careful. And one thing I just realized I didn't do is I didn't clean the surface, but I think it should be okay. I love the shadow it's casting on the wood, and I think it's going to pop a little bit better once it gets painted or stained, but I still think that turned out really cute. And I just chose the font. I'll list the font in the description box, and then I added this Flourish to the bottom here and centered it. But easy project, not much to it. Really like it, and I think she will too.